In their third Club World Cup group match, Real Madrid face Red Bull Salzburg, and once again, Xabi Alonso isn't afraid to experiment. The official lineup shows a classic 4-3-3. But once the game kicks off, it's clear, this is no ordinary setup. Xabi Alonso shifts into a back three. Tchouaméni drops into the central centre-back role, with Hulsen and Rudiger on either side. Fran Garcia and Trent Alexander-Arnold take on the wing-back roles, providing width on both flanks. Arda Güler and Valverde form a double pivot in midfield. Just like in the previous match, Arda Güler drops deep to help with the build-up from the back. Salzburg defend in a flat 4-4-2, so in the middle third, Xabi Alonso's team have a clear numerical advantage. They try to play through the centre, using the 6 players, the centre-backs and midfielders, to link up and pass their way through the centre. Salzburg's defensive mids step up to close the space, so Madrid pull the ball back to the backline, reset, and then switch it out wide. This forces Salzburg's midfield to shift laterally, and just as they are moving side to side, Madrid go back through the middle, slicing through the lines before Salzburg can recover. That's when Bellingham finds space between the lines. The two strikers drift into the half spaces. Vinicius Jr. makes a curved run in front of the centre-back, Bellingham threads a beautiful pass through the gap, and Vini gets a clean shot on goal, a real threat. When defending, Real Madrid drop into a 5-3-2 shape. The 3 midfielders stay flat across the middle, while the back 3 hold the central line, locking down the middle of the pitch. In the high press, the wing-backs step up to press the opposition full-backs directly. And when the ball goes to one side, the weak side wing-back tucks in, trying to tighten the shape. High pressing is a high-risk, high-reward strategy, and here you can see Valverde calling his teammates up to press. If the press is timed right, the opposition is forced to go long, which often leads to a bad first touch or a turnover. Now watch this. Once again, it's a coordinated move between the 3 midfielders. This time, it's Valverde making the forward run into the space between the lines, just like Bellingham did earlier. The pass gets slightly deflected by the opposing midfielder, but it lands at Vini's feet. He drives into the box, and Valverde, arriving late, scores with a composed finish. When the ball is crossed in from one side, Xabi Alonso really wants the weak side wing-back to crash the back post. Take a look at Fran Garcia here. He sprints from his own defensive line into the opposition box to attack the cross. And after making the back post run, he still has the legs to track all the way back into his own box. That vertical burst, up and down the line, is exactly what is built for. Xabi Alonso also wants his number 8s to attack the box, and in this match, both Bellingham and Valverde do it constantly. We even see Valverde make a full-length sprint, from his own box all the way into Salzburg's box, just to get on the end of a cross. In this sequence, Fran Garcia also comes charging forward from deep, just in time to support the play. Alonso is bringing that Leverkusen blueprint to Madrid. Backpost runs, layered attacks, and late arrivals from deep. It makes the offense unpredictable and hard to defend. In this match, Arda Güler plays more of a deep-lying role, constantly moving to offer himself as a passing option during the build-up. You'll often see him dropping into the left side of midfield, then switching the play to the right to shift the attack. Sometimes he's helping organize the play from deep, sometimes he's pulling the strings in midfield, and when the moment's right, he plays that key pass. Here's a great example. Arda Güler gets the ball, and he's got both flanks available. But look at the space on Fran Garcia's side, much more open. So he switches it quickly, Fran Garcia whips in a cross, and inside the box it's a 4v2 for Madrid. It's a great setup, just missing the final touch. One of the biggest revelations for Real Madrid in this Club World Cup has been academy striker Gonzalo Garcia. His relentless off the ball, constantly pressing, chasing, and doing the dirty work up front. That kind of energy and defensive effort is essential for a modern centre-forward. And his hard work pays off. In the 83rd minute, Gonzalo puts pressure on the centre-back, forces a mistake, and suddenly, he's through on goal. One-on-one, he chips it over the keeper. That third goal? Pure reward for pure effort. So, did Real Madrid show any cracks in this match? Well, the first concern, midfield defense. Take the 26th minute for example. Salzburg's midfielder picks up the ball and just glides through Madrid's front line and midfield line. Neither Vinicius Jr. nor Jude Bellingham tracks back in time, which leaves Arda Güler exposed in a one-on-one. The result? A shot from the edge of the box. The second issue? That 5-3-2 defensive shape. With only 3 midfielders, there just isn't enough coverage across the full width of midfield. We've seen this before. Remember how Barcelona exploited that in their match against Inter? In this situation, Salzburg have 2 clear options. They can switch it across the backline to a wide area on the left, or go straight into the half-space on the left. And the third issue? Set-piece defending. On corners, Madrid leave the back post exposed way too often. There were a couple of moments where no one was picking up the runner. If the opposition had been just a bit more clinical, the scoreline could have looked very different. And finally, the space between the lines. After Madrid try to clear the ball, Salzburg pick up the second ball right between midfield and defense, then shift it wide again. When the cross comes in, there's a huge gap between the 2 lines, and it almost leads to a goal. All in all, this was the most fluid performance from Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid so far in the group stage. Now the real test begins. Let's see what they bring to the knockout rounds.